Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cricket Wicket. In the last video I discussed the top 5 strongest teams. So today I will discuss the 5 weakest teams. Let's start with the strongest of the weakest teams, if that makes sense.
Yes, it's all nonsense.
Excuse me, Baba Bala?
No, I said it makes sense.
That's what I thought. Number 1, CSK. I rate Chennai squad a 8 out of 10. You don't expect Chennai to come in as one of the weakest team, but it's not that their side is bad. It's just that they have a good side while other teams have a better side. They don't have too many wow players, but they have decent players. On the first day they try to buy their CSK players back, and the next day they build the side around them. Shivam Dube had his first child on the morning of the auction, and CSK bought him on the same day. So add another tally for another daddy. The noticeable Indian players CSK got were Rayudu, Uthappa, Shivam Dube and Deepak Chahar, who they spent a lot of money for, but he is worth every cent. The noticeable overseas players they got were Dwayne Bravo, Mitchell Santner, Devon Conway to replace Faf du Plessis, Chris Jordan and Adam Milne to replace Josh Hazelwood, and finally they got Mahesh Theekshana, the Sri Lankan spinner who has troubled batsmen. So I wonder if he gets a go in their side. Their possible playing 11 would be Gaikwad and Conway to open, so they have a right and left-hander, Moeen Ali and Ambati Rayudu to follow, Dhoni at 5, although many times he has promoted others ahead of himself. Jadeja, Dube and Bravo are your all-rounders, and Deepak Chahar, Chris Jordan and Rajwardhan are their pacers. Number 2, RCB. I rate RCB side 7.5 out of 10. I felt they got their retentions wrong. They should have retained Chahal and Harshal Patel because you would have saved a decent amount of money. They have a few holes such as in their number 3 which haunted them last season too. They don't have a reliable number 5 nor a quality off spinner. Their overseas players are top notch, but you can only play 4 overseas players and you can't look past Hasaranga, Hazelwood, du Plessis and Maxwell because you have spent around 35 crores for all 4 of them. And if Hasaranga fails, you don't have any backup for him. Their openers also like to take their time, so RCB has to adjust and adapt. So just a few minor worries for RCB. However, you got a brilliant captain in du Plessis. With Maxwell and Karthik down the order, they can afford to play a few uncapped batsmen in their middle order. The best 11 in my opinion would be Kohli and du Plessis as their openers, Suyash Prabhadeshai, a 360-degree player at 3, Maxwell at 4, Mahipal Lomror, who's an outstanding player against spin, Dinesh Karthik, Hasaranga and Harshal Patel make their lower order, Shabaz Ahmed at 9, so you have a long batting order, and finally Siraj and Josh Hazelwood, who I'm expecting to be their X factor because of the pace and bounce he is able to extract. You wonder why it's called X factor? Why not R factor? You know, like the Ryan factor. Number 3, Mumbai Indians. I rate Mumbai squad a 7.5 out of 10. Mumbai generally settled for nothing but the best, but their strategy this year was questionable. They were very conservative and we got to know the reason behind it. They were saving their money for Jofra Archer. Jofra Archer is ruled out this season because of his elbow surgery. He will not get paid also, but the money is taken out of Mumbai's purse. Imagine seeing Bumrah and Archer next year. That's fantastic, but they are taking a risk because 1 year is a big time frame. Anything can happen during it. What's a guarantee Archer participates next season? They also got Tim David for 825 lakhs. I've watched him play in the Big Bash and PSL and he absolutely smashes the ball a long distance. If he can do the same in the IPL, you not only will have the deadly duo of Archer and Bumrah next year, but you also have the deadly duo of Pollard and Tim David. They splurged their money on Ishan Kishan and he was sold for more than 15 crores, the highest a player got this season. They got Deval Bruvis, the man of the U19 tournament, and Tilak Verma, an exciting prospect. So Mumbai are preparing for the next 3 years. They got steals in the form of Mayank Markanday and Fabian Allen. Their weakness is that Tim David and Fabian Allen can't replace Quinton de Kock and the power-hitting Pandya brothers, who were the 3 biggest match winners in the previous 4-year cycle for Mumbai. Also absent is a top-quality Indian spinner. Their possible 11 could be Rohit, Ishan and Surya Kumar Yadav. That makes as good as the top 3 they can be. Tilak Verma at 4, Tim David, Pollard and Fabian Allen make their lower order. Their bowlers can be Tamal Mills, Bumrah, Jaydev Unadkat and Mayank Markanday. Number 4, SRH. I rate SRH side a 7 out of 10. Their focus was to do what they did in 2016 where they heavily invested in Indian players which got them their first title. Now that is their strength and weakness because they don't have to worry about the 7 Indians in their 11. They have plenty of options to choose from, but most of the Indians are not as experienced as you would like, hence hence they're unreliable. But the mantra of the IPL, Yatra Pratibha Avsara Take 28. Yatra Pratibha Avsara Prapnotihi. Finally, I got it! So the message translates to where talent meets opportunity. They have Priyam Garg, Rahul Tripathi, Abhishek Sharma, Abdul Samad, Umran Malik, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Natarajan, Washington Sundar, Kartik Tyagi, Shreyas Gopal. So a lot of talent for sure. They bought Nicholas Puran for 10 plus crores, but his form has been like a random high note. Stop that, Baba Bala. Occasionally he will give you a 50, but look at his record last season in the IPL. 85 runs in 12 games at an average of 7.7, but SRH has kept faith in him. They also bought Sean Abbott, the leading all-time wicket taker in the Big Bash, but he is untested in Indian condition. Overall, I think they focus too much on getting Indian players, and that has impacted their quality of their overseas players. They got Romario Shepherd, an exciting talent, but where is the experience? They used to have Warner, Bairstow and Rashid Khan, and now they only have Williamson and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Their best 11 in my opinion would be Tripathi and Markram to open, as they don't have other options. Williamson, Puran, Abhishek Sharma and Abdul Samad to follow, then Romario Shepherd, Washington Sundar to complete their lower order. Their Indian bowling, arguably the biggest trend, follows. You have the experience in Bhuvneshwar Kumar, pace in Umran Malik and Yorkers in Natarajan. So an exciting team, but let's see how they go. Number 5, Gujarat Titans. I rate Gujarat side a 6.5 out of 10. Based on their retentions, I thought Gujarat looked like the strongest side. Hardik Pandya, Shubman Gill and Rashid Khan are all match winners, but they couldn't make a formidable side in my opinion. Only in the accelerated auction did they finally get a wicket keeper. Their overseas players are not guys who can win you matches, they are guys who can contribute a little bit. They went big for Lockie Ferguson for 10 crores. Instead they should have gone for Rabada or Josh Hazelwood. They also bought uncapped Rahul Tewatia for 900 lakhs. I mean, you got to be kidding me. That is more than $1 million. I don't even get 1 cent for my videos. So you better like and subscribe to my channel. Overall, some question marks regarding the price they bought some players. Other than those players, they got Mohammad Shami, and then you're searching and scratching your head on who can come in their playing 11. My predicted 11 for them is Jason Roy, Shubman Gill, Vijay Shankar, Abhinav Manohar, Matthew Wade, Hardik Pandya, Rahul Tewatia, Rashid Khan, the economic Sai Kishore, Lockie Ferguson and Mohammad Shami. So overall, a lot of inexperience and a very few match winners in this side. Let's see the outcome of this squad. So that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Comment down below on who you think looks the weakest team, and don't forget to vote in the many polls I recently posted regarding the IPL 2022 mega auction. Tata and adios.